Alrighty, what morning everybody, and it's cast time once again. And once let me go ahead and warn everybody by saying that this one here not super intricate, but it might get glitchy in some places. Um things may not things may not work as intended. So just trying a thing or two with this. So but the music is gonna be part of the World of Warcraft soundtrack, the Tauren, the bull race. But yeah, I did go through the whole arduous task of doing a copyright check on every single one of these tracks on this playlist I got. So and lo and behold, all of it checked out. So and I did forget to sound test this earlier, so I'm in somewhat of a hurry to get this cast going. But I'll explain more about it later. But anyway, let's get started. But just like I usually do, first thing I do when I wake up is or not literally right when I wake up. You get the idea. Anyway, just doing a pinball stream, and today it actually went pretty good. FX3, I think I took first in one or two tournaments, and I actually I managed to hold on to some of the first place finishes that I had done on previous tournaments. So yeah, really kicked butt. Um, yeah, it's something I often forget to mention when doing these tournaments. When I say I took first, it means I took first at that day or at that session. A lot of times the first place finishes I get, they're not on tournaments that are going to end immediately. Sometimes those tournaments are set for days, some of them even weeks. So getting a first place finish in a tournament is actually it's pretty impressive. But what's even more impressive is holding on to that first place finish after the tournament has ended, which like I said, about I want to say about three or five of them, three to five of them, were still first place finishes when the tournament ended. So yeah, pretty damn good. But then on all the other tournaments I've done, I don't think I had any bad ones. I probably had a few mid-tier finishes, but most of the others were all above average. I think there might have been a second place, might have been a third place finish, but you get the idea. Most of it was all mid to upper tier. And I'm gonna take a drink of some Arizona green tea here. Hold on. But aside from that, Pinball Arcade, I actually did pretty damn good. And now, like I've been doing, um, doing handicap mode on some of them. You know, for those that don't know, that's where I'll set a table to two or sometimes two, three, sometimes even four players. That way, so I can actually play that table for a while or for longer than a minute. Unlike Zachariah Pinball, which is what usually happens. Pick a table and then it ends almost as quickly as it begins. But anyway, but yeah, did good enough on there. Did good enough on there to where, yeah, that's something else. That's something else too about handicap mode. I don't. Sometimes I take the training wheels off. I guess to be I just now thought of that phrase. You know, and it happened a lot here in today's session. If I do really good on one player, I'll just go ahead and let all the balls drain on the other player or other players, depending. So, because I don't need them now. I mean, they're basically just booster rockets. They're just enough to help catapult me out into space. After that, I don't need them anymore. So, same thing here. Did great on player 1 or player 2 or whatever. So just go ahead and let the balls drain on all the other players, because I'm doing okay. But anyway, like I said, I basically did good enough to where I guess I didn't really need handicap mode at all. So plus, I think one of my viewers, I don't remember exactly what he said, but one line he said something about we don't care, or we only care about your skill, not your scores. Which I totally got what he meant. Sometimes just pulling off a cool recovery, or just making the shots possible. It can be just as impressive, if not more so, than actually making the shots. Which I get it. That's sometimes I'm like that too. Sometimes just make it a quick recovery from a miss, or just a perfect hit or a perfect bounce right off that center post, right between the flippers. Stuff like that can actually be pretty more impressive than actually making your shots. So I totally understood that. But on the other hand too, if those flipper skills don't translate into points, then it doesn't matter that much. And now, back in the day when I first started streaming pinball, and maybe back when I was a little kid, first getting into pinball, I was probably like this one viewer. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Something Barry, but yeah, in younger days, I was probably like that too. I didn't really care about breaking high scores, just to be able to hit the ball around. But well, once again, you've heard me say it before. Sorry to beat a dead horse, but kind of quoting Miles Davis, I'm not there anymore. So I'm not 100% about getting the best score possible, but it's where the majority of my mentality is at. So just, hell, listen to what I've been saying here ever since, I took up streaming pinball every day. Talking, I hardly ever play randos in FX3. Most everything I do now is tournaments and matchups, and weekly league matchups, excuse me. Where I have to beat a score. But like I said, that's where I'm at now. So I guess competitive could also be a good word, or it could be the word that I'm looking for. When it comes to pinball, I'm more competitive now. I'm also thinking that my fundamentals must be sound enough to where I can focus on this now. Getting the shots, getting the big, getting the high score, that kind of thing. Now, I guess if someone were to ask, you ever thought about letting go, Joe? Yeah, that's pretty much what Zaccaria Pinball is all about now. People have probably heard me say that about Zaccaria. The tables are way harder. You're lucky just to make shots, or you're lucky just to catch the damn ball on those things. Some of those tables are so piss poorly designed that if you can actually catch the damn ball, it's a freaking miracle. So, getting a good score is going to take more of a backseat role in those kind of tables. So I guess to kind of recap, um, I mean, yeah, actually, hold on just one moment. I gotta, let me look for this. Let me look for this. Um, I made what was called a pinball pyramid. A pinball pyramid a long time ago. I gotta find it. And this could be a while, because I made this pinball pyramid, gotta be at least a year ago. So I gotta do a lot of digging, but yeah, this is totally relevant for this moment. I just Hell, I just hope it's here. If it ain't, then I don't know what to do. So either there it is, found it. Okay, so this is gonna be a minute or two. And even then, this may not actually work the first time. If that's the case, then I'm gonna have to do a little bit more work on it to get to great. Sorry for the blue box. I forgot to say it a few moments ago. Wish you would tell me that. Hang on, I'm gonna have to do this. This is taking way longer than I wanted to. Well, I was anticipating this being a fairly short cast, but definitely didn't happen that way. But almost done. Yeah, I actually I made a pinball pyramid. It gotta be at least a year ago. But yeah, I mean, if you notice, making shots slash getting a good score is actually it's at the top. It's something you can't even consider doing until you've got the flipper skills. So I guess more sort of kind of evidence. I mean, I'm not 100% on getting a high score, but like I said, I guess I'm in my mind, I'm fundamentally sound to where I can focus on getting that score, you know. Oh, I'm gonna take a drink of some Arizona green tea here. Hold on. But enough on that though. I think I've gone a little over long on that. So one other thing I need to do. I saw a couple videos on a new game that's going to be coming out soon called Multiverses. It's a platform fighter game. And to make this a little easier, I need to stop a second. Um, this is gonna be one of the things where I think I said this at the start of the cast, but um, things get things might get a little messy from here on out. Um, between the music. Now, like I said, I checked all of it, and it's not copyrighted, but there still might be a chance that I might get a takedown notice. Just a little itty bitty hunch. Um, Same with what I'm about to show here. I might get a takedown notice for playing this, despite the fact that it's on YouTube. Um, why? I don't know. Even I mean, because it's on YouTube. I mean, it's public. So, but even then, I got this little small itching feeling. That's what might happen. So just to give everybody a heads up. And yeah, in case anyone asks, yeah, this is gonna be a bit cringy in some parts, but for the most part, I like it, and it explains the game somewhat.
Computer, what's my location? Computer.
Yeah. Rip Casey Kasem.
Not cool.
Whoa, you all right? Wow, that was messed up how that thing tornadoed.
You are the cutest little guy. I'm calling you Slobber, because you look like your name might be Slobber. You're gonna pay for attacking Slobber.
Look out below! I don't know what's happening here, but this looks like a job for all right then, you're with me.
Just a second. But yeah, I figured they'll probably do a better job explaining the game somewhat. But anyway, like I said, I watched a couple videos on it, and I might get it. I don't know exactly when it comes out, but when it does, yeah, chances are I might be breaking off from streaming pinball and playing multiverses instead. But one big issue I have is the spec requirements. While it's not completely 100% impossible for me to play it, it's pretty close. Like I said, my computer is an entry level gaming comp, so not quite the most powerful. So, but, and again, from some of the footage I've seen, I mean, you probably saw it in the trailer. A lot of it looks like they actually had a lot of the original voice actors. You know, they didn't have Batman voiced by Billy Bob off the street. I'm Batman. You know, that kind of thing. Or they didn't hire Jenny Joe Bob off the street doing Harley Quinn, you know. I'm calling you Slobber. You know, it is. So, they actually did a good. What the hell's going on? It sounds like the music's still going. It feels like the music's cutting in and out from my end. Okay, there it goes. You know, so it's got that going for it, and another huge one, and I think I talked about this in one of my other cast videos, but Tom and Jerry, they're one character, which actually kind of pissed me off because I think I said this again on one of my other cast videos. They needed to be two separate characters because they're rivals and enemies, not buddies. I mean, I thought it was a stupid idea they did back in the 60s or 70s or whatever when Tom and Jerry all of a sudden went from being bitter enemies to good friends, pals, and buddies. I'm like, no, that I hated that. So when I saw that Tom and Jerry were actually a one character, I'm like, So, but a few of the players that were using Tom and Jerry, nope, they got it right. Like, you know, they had moves like Tom picks up Jerry and boom, smacks him with a tennis racket, and I think he'll strap Jerry to a rocket, send him on his way and stuff. You know, so their moveset centers around Tom and Jerry kicking the shit out of each other. So glad they got that right. I mean, again, when I saw that they were one character, I'm thinking, you know, go Jerry, beat him up. Whoosh, whoosh. All right, Jerry, you did it, yay! You know, and they're all high-fiving each other and all that. Which, again, that would have ticked me off right there. Probably an instant deal breaker. As far as Shaggy goes, I guess a lot of people were really into him doing the Dragon Ball Super Saiyan thing, you know. But I kind of wish they would have. Found a voice actor more suited to Casey Kasem, the original voice actor for Shaggy, like back in the 60s, 70s, or whatever. But it's gonna be pretty hard to duplicate a voice like his. So I'm guessing they really tried finding someone that was as close a match to him. But like I said, one thing they definitely got right was, you know, trying to get the right voice actors for all the characters. Because again, if they would have just brought in some like random schmo people, I'd have been pissed. What else was there that I liked? But I'm kind of saying all this now because, like I said, there's a decent chance that I might not be able to play this game at all. It might not run on my computer. So I'm trying to get it out now. I'm trying to think. I guess well, the game was also made here in America with American sensibilities. You know, it wasn't made in Japan, and then you got to deal with like translation, localization, and all that. And by the time it gets here to America, and it's like really the dialogue is all super cringy and stuff. So that's a nice bonus. Like I know, whereas other fighting games, especially the older ones, if it had a training mode, it would say training mode. Here it's called Labbit, like L-A-B-I-T, like Labbit. So, it's a terminology, it's a common terminology these days. Like if you were gonna practice on a character, you would lab it. So, like I said, that's kind of a nice touch. So, and then I guess one drawback, nothing I can really do about it, but you can play single player. it's a 2-on-2 team battle. That's the emphasis. But you can go in with yourself and an AI player, which is gotta be great, because coming from playing, spending over 15 years of playing MMOs, I've seen what happens, and I've been on the receiving end of what happens when things break down, in those team-based games. You're losing, your whole party gets wiped, they all get killed, and here comes the finger pointing. It's everybody's fault but mine. That was one of the things I really liked about fighting games, especially the one-on-one ones. If you lose, ultimately, it's your fault. All the fault rests on you. Which I would much rather have. I'd much rather shoulder that than me fucking up in an MMO like World of Warcraft, and then you're gonna be subject to abuse from potentially the entire team. All my fault. Yep, we all wiped it. It's all my fault and nobody else's. Seem to have forgotten that a party wipe occurs when everybody dies, including the people doing the bitching. So there's that. And whoa, okay, so I'm gonna have to back to the playlist. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start the playlist over. But again, I kind of went over long on this, so I'm gonna try to close this out. But yeah, anyway, no, unless there was a way here. In fact, let me go ahead and type it down, because I know if it were possible to do, this is exactly what I typed down. One moment. So you might see something here. Okay, I got it. Okay, so almost done. But yeah, if there's a way to put, this like in the matchmaking menu, in the party finder menu, or in the lobby or whatever, if there's a way I can like get this message out, like, hey, look, this ain't World of Warcraft, bud. Leave that shit there. But otherwise, I guess for the rest of the day, I'm gonna try to speed through this. But like I said, I've gone over long on this cast. So otherwise, the rest of the day, just slobbing and napping. I'm still pretty much beat up from the work week. This time around, I worked a full 3 days. A full 3-day week, whereas the past few weeks I've only been working 2. This time around I worked all 3, so yeah, I'm pretty well beat up, tore up, just not really having any energy to do anything. Just, I think I had already taken 2 naps, and originally I was set to just get this cast done and go lay down and take a 3rd nap, because I was feeling like shit before I got started on it. But it didn't happen that way. guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it good here. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well, fuck it. Anyway, but thanks for tuning in and listening to me, everybody. I appreciate that. And I should be able to do another one of these tomorrow morning. So, but until then, thanks again for coming by, everybody, and see you all next time. Bye for now.